One Zambia, one nation. Warm welcome to Zanis News with me, Sarah Miti. Top stories in the news. Zambia to benefit from $20 million soil mapping project. Cholera prevention heightened. Plus, Lusaka PS launches cleaning exercise. The news in detail. Zambia is set to benefit from the $20 million United States soil mapping project to be undertaken in 3 countries for a period of 4 years. Acting Director for Zambia Agriculture Research Institute, Dixon Nguni, disclosed that the $20 million United States USAID-funded project will be shared by Honduras, Guatemala, and Zambia to conduct soil mapping research.
To identify which elements the soil consists of is essential to know which crops and varieties fit every land plot better. It is against this background that the Zambia Agriculture Research Institute, with the support from the United States of America, will embark on soil mapping project across the country to ascertain which sort of fertilizer is expected to be used in each region according to the type of soil on land plot. The team from the Zambia Agriculture Research Institute is in Northwestern Province to share their idea.
As we are aware, PS, for a long time now, I think the last time we did soil mapping in Zambia, I can't recall when, but it was in the late 70s. And out of that work, I think we've been using the blanket application of fertilizers. Like globally in this country, where we have been saying for a hectare we need to apply like 4 bags per kg and also 4 bags per kg of urea, which perhaps to a larger extent, yes, this has been destructive to our soils, but also to biodiversity.
But you're coming in today to get back on the drawing board, to have these soils be examined and see which type of crop can be planted in these soils. I think this is the way to go. It is going to help us even to start minimizing the issue of fertilizers.
From the program, the soil laboratories in provincial headquarters are also expected to benefit in terms of equipment.
Laboratories will be capacitated, and also that our farmers who have the knowledge of what they need in terms of fertilizers, they may just perhaps need compound D, but not urea, depending on the location.
Geoffrey Chomba from the Food Agriculture Organization FAO is also part of the delegation.
We are hoping that through the soil fertility and the nutrient mapping, we'll be able to make a contribution to the exam growth.
Reporting for Zanis News, I'm Chebun Comenswezi District, Northwestern Province.
The Ministry of Agriculture in Northern Province says banks in the region have approved over 12 million kwacha as loans for farmers in the ongoing farming season under the Sustainable Agriculture Finance Facility Program. Senior Marketing Development Officer Jirobola Musaha says 11.9 million kwacha has since been redeemed by farmers from the approved agro-dealers. Geoffrey Perry now reports.
Government is implementing the Sustainable Agriculture Financing Facility for farmers not on the input program with the aim of improving food production and productivity. In Northern Province, farmers have taken advantage of this facility to access funding to engage in farming. The Minister of Agriculture in the province says the banks have approved over 12 million kwacha under the program.
We have, I think, over 12 million that was approved. And then in terms of the vouchers that were redeemed by the farmers, we have 592. This represents the actual loans that are redeemed by the farmers, which is 592. And then in terms of the value, it comes to 11,970,000.
George Mayani is one of the beneficiaries of the SAF program in Kasama district and has cultivated over 5 hectares of land.
nomba kupitira mufyo program ibasa tuletera ko yasafu na twafundisha because kulelima kulima napa kulilire kuchirefu twalema konta kuno mako pantu fya kubika munatu.
Meanwhile, Agro-dealers are ready to work with government to implement this program through input distribution.
This year, we positioned over 5 to 10,000 metric tons of fertilizer into the province for any such programs. And we've done the needful. Farmers have come, we've given them on time, and there are no delays. We stand ready even in the future to partner with government.
The Kasama resident has encouraged peasant farmers in the province to take advantage of the favorable rainfall pattern to grow more maize.
If you look at other provinces in Zambia, there is no good rainfall. Others, no rains. But for northern, Muchinga, Rwapula, we are still experiencing good rainfall. So we're inviting commercial farmers, we are inviting peasant farmers like ourselves to regroup and go seriously into farming.
Geoffrey Piri, reporting for Zanis in Kasama district.
Shibuyunju District Commissioner Alfred Shaputu says government has attached great importance to improving access to quality education of a girl child in the area. Mr. Shaputu disclosed that currently the Keeping Girls in School program has 984 girls who are benefiting from the initiative in the district. Mr. Shaputu was speaking when he handed over 27 bicycles to teachers and community volunteers under the Keeping Girls in School program at Nampundo Primary School. Here's a report.
The Ministry of Education has procured 27 bicycles for guidance and counseling teachers as well as community volunteers under the Keeping Girls in School program in Shibuyunju district. This has been done to ease their mobility when handling cases of girls who have dropped out of school in an effort to bring them back. Speaking during the handover of the 27 bicycles which was held at Nampundo Primary School, Shibuyunju District Commissioner Alfred Shaputu has commended the initiative. Mr. Shaputu states that it is gratifying to note that the girl child education is being prioritized by strategically placing interventions such as case management system through the Keeping Girls in School program. Mr. Shaputu said this in a speech read on his behalf by acting Shibuyunju District Administrative Officer Gloria Sitwala.
Case management system is both a preventive and responsive system which seeks to deter risks that KGS beneficiary, the girls potentially face that hinder their access in progression into secondary school education. And in order to enhance outreach activities for the case management system and ease the mobility of guidance teachers as well as community volunteers, the CWACs, the ministry has since procured bicycles for easy mobility.
In receiving the bicycles, the teachers and volunteers expressed their gratitude and have pledged their commitment to ensure that girls who dropped out of school are given a second chance.
We assure you that these bicycles we have received today shall be used according to the laid down procedures, and that we shall do all what it takes to make sure that the cases of girl child dropout and those who are specifically supported by KGS shall be reduced, or if anything, brought to zero in our district. We shall trace them and we shall move, because this time around it will just be the issue of jumping on a bicycle and move and ride, cover that long distance that we once walked.
Meanwhile, one of the beneficiaries of the Keeping Girls in School program says the procurement of the bicycles is a good move and it will help teachers reach out to many girls in Shibuyunju district who have dropped out of school. Zanis reports in Shibuyunju district.
In health news, government has heightened cholera prevention measures in several learning facilities in Lufanyama district following the opening of schools. Lufanyama Member of Parliament Ken Siachisumo visited selected schools to check on their preparedness against the epidemic in the area. Meanwhile, Mr. Siachisumo also donated some books and cleaning materials to Lufanyama Boarding Secondary School to beef up support towards disease prevention. Agrippa Sulumbwe has more in this report.
The number of pupils reporting various schools has continued going up in Lufanyama after a prolonged holiday caused by cholera outbreak experienced in the country. Several learners talked to thanked government for allowing them to reopen schools following the reduction of cholera cases in epicenters.
Okay, I felt bad when I was at home, staying there for 2 months. Now we have opened, I felt nice because we'll be able to study. We just have to wash our hands after using the toilets, we have to boil water for drinking, we have to keep our surroundings clean.
And the Rufanyama lawmakers donated prevention material for the epidemic disease at Rufanyama boarding and gave a word of counsel to pupils.
Madam Chinoi, we have seen the way you have prepared the school. We are very, very happy to see that the surrounding is very clean, and at the same time, in the strategical points, you have put some buckets for them to wash their hands. And at the same time, I want to encourage you, pass your examination. You don't have enough time. We are now in February. You are supposed to have opened in January. Not so. So you work hard.
Thank you for government to provide the materials for cleaning the school for cholera. So thank you for government.
Reporting, I'm Agrippa Slumbwe.
Limulunga District Health Office has commended the government for finishing the construction of a maternity wing at Limulunga Mini Hospital under the Constituency Development Fund, CDF. Currently, the mini hospital is using a structure designated for a mother's shelter as a maternity wing. Acting District Health Director Mobiana said 662 expectant mothers are expected to have access to maternal health services. Details are in this report.
Limulunga Mini Hospital will soon open its door to the newly constructed modern maternity wing under the Constituency Development Fund, CDF. This development is a result of the recent directive by President Hakainde Hichilema that all healthcare facilities in the country should have maternity annexes and running water.
We made sure that during the approval of projects for the financial year 2022 and 2023, a number of projects in the Ministry of Health under Limulunga were going to be attended to. The first one is the maternity wing, which is maternity annex that was done. It's waterborne. It has waterborne toilets. It has showers. We have tiles. It has ceiling board to make sure that the environment is clean. And these are the standards that we are replicating everywhere where we are going to undertake the same. So we constructed this facility at a cost of 341,868. Apparently it was constructed by a lady, a company that is owned by a lady. The president has emphasized much that we don't need to see our mothers struggling.
The District Health Office has applauded government for the new structure.
The coming of the new maternity annex will be able to have a designated maternity annex where we are going to be able to provide all the services surrounding the safety of pregnancy and the childbirth. So this will actually also promote the provision of quality care health services in line with the presidential priority and the directives. We are now seeing the fruits of the constituency development funds. We had a lot of challenges before the CDF was actually increased, but at the moment we are able to see various projects and also support in various areas. So we thank the government of the day, led by His Excellency Mr. Hakainde Hichilema.
It's a positive atmosphere to our community, because initially we've been using a temporary shelter, a mother's shelter, which had no running water, no toilets. So this time the new facility has been brought up with the running water, toilets, and just the new outlook of the new structure. I'm quite doing we're using now is even leaking. So it's always a challenge during the rain seasons. This one, it will give us a plus. Yes. And from the maternity annex, we even managed to bought an ultrasound scan, which we are going to have a training very soon, because we'll be offering our services, like before we refer to Lewanika in case of an emergency, we'll be doing our own scans here before we refer. So we have a consolidated referral.
Residents are happy with the development, which is expected to benefit 662 expectant mothers in 2024.
auta kwa spimo bami fami sikito bami alafande bami utali tuto bami eleza mwakwera kuti mwima asuti akakwera chonfa kupulwa ata kwa sipate sekana kupona kui balutu saluli tumia kwa muso kuze zose kweza muso.
Stella Goma reporting for Zanis in Limulunga District, Western Province.
And in education, Senga Hill District Administrative Officer Tami Mambwe says the deployment of 38 teachers to the area will help address the shortage of staff in most rural schools. Mr. Mambwe has since urged the new teachers to familiarize themselves with the Civil Service Code of Conduct to avoid falling into trouble. Namusoke Wembia filed in this report.
These are some of the newly recruited teachers who were posted to Senga Hill District in Northern Province. The teachers are excited to be part of the civil service and are pledging to serve the district diligently.
I'm very happy to be considered in this year's recruitment, in 2023 rather, teacher recruitment. And I think I'm ready to offer the services that is needed here.
Oh, great, and I'm very humbled to God Almighty for giving me this opportunity to work in Senga Hill as a secondary school teacher. I'm grateful and I'm so happy.
District administration in Senga Hill is happy that the area has received its share of teachers who are ready to serve the community.
Plus, on the part of the government, because these teachers at least are going to help in the reduction of the shortage of teachers in our district. We know Senga Hill district is rural and a good number of schools do not have teachers. So these who have come, I know they are going to be deployed to the schools where their services are needed. We believe and hope that they are going to add flavor to the teaching fraternity in Senga Hill district.
The union wants the newly recruited teachers to be ready to go where their services will be required.
Time that these issues to do with, me I'm sick, me I'm this and that. This time around, the issue is that all the teachers that have been recruited, they should go to places where their services are needed, unlike how the situation has been. In most of the schools in Senga,
those who have been given this opportunity, as I have been given, let's make sure that we do the work according to the need of the services. Let's not shun from going to the places where our services are needed.
For Zanis in Senga Hill District, Namsokwe Bwembia.
Lusaka Province Permanent Secretary Robert Kamalata has launched a 23-day cleaning exercise in Lusaka District with a vision to eradicate cholera in the area. Mr. Kamalata says there is need to invoke the Public Order Act in order to address the irresponsible behavior by some members of the public who are in the habit of throwing garbage and litter in undesignated places. He was speaking in Lusaka District when he launched the cleaning exercise. Mijelo Mwemba now reports.
Lusaka Province Permanent Secretary Robert Kamalata has launched the 23 days of a thorough cleaning exercise of Lusaka District in the bid to eradicate cholera. Mr. Kamalata has commended Lusaka District Commissioner Rosa Zulu for this initiative, which he says rides on the measures government has put in place to end cholera.
The fight of cholera this time, it is not only for this period of time. We want to eradicate, we want to completely wipe it out from Lusaka. Hygiene begins with you, and therefore it means that for you to protect yourself, you have to be vaccinated.
The Permanent Secretary has also condemned the wrong information circulating on the cholera vaccine.
Those of you with the, ideology or fake, what can I call it? You believe that when you are given that vaccine, it simply means that in future you will not have children. Please, those beliefs, keep them to yourselves. To those who passed through the corridors of education, tell these people that that is not true.
Stakeholders, among them the National Union of Public and Private Educators of Zambia, NUPEZ, attended the launch of the cleaning exercise.
If I'm not mistaken, guests of honor, there should be a law that borders on public nuisance, that anyone who does something wrong that threatens the health of others in public must be arrested. It's time we started coming up with laws that are going to stop people from doing what they are doing right now.
Lusaka District Commissioner Rosa Zulu says the cleaning up exercise is the initiative of the District Disaster Management Committee.
My district has been the epic center of cholera epidemic in the country. I also thank you, guest of honor, for coming to support the district in launching the cleaning exercise.
Mr. Kamalata further said government's plans of redesigning some townships have commenced.
All the buildings, be it public infrastructure or private infrastructure, that has been built on top of sewer lines and water pipes are all going to be brought down.
Mijela Mwemba reporting for Zanis in Lusaka.
Ministry of Education Permanent Secretary Joe Kamoko has applauded Airtel Zambia for its continued partnership with government in the provision of education infrastructure across the country. Mr. Kamoko notes that government has a huge responsibility of taking education services closer to underserved communities, hence it values the support of stakeholders such as Airtel.
Airtel Zambia has refurbished a 1x3 classroom block at Chipandaike Community School in Chisamba District. The project, which has been implemented at a cost of 350,000 kwacha, has created more learning spaces for learners at the school. Ministry of Education Permanent Secretary Joe Kamoko received the infrastructure on behalf of government.
Because only when our children are able to go to school can they compete with the rest of the country, the rest of Africa, and the rest of the world. Let us embrace such efforts that every Zambian child is assured of a space and an opportunity to learn in a decent classroom.
Airtel Zambia has reaffirmed its commitment to supporting governments in the education sector.
Why we believe that the good quality education is the most important tool for social and economic development in Zambia. That's why our commitment to partnering with the government and the others is important, so we can work together to improve the educational standard in schools across the country.
Chisamba District's commissioner has appealed for the construction of more schools in the area.
And the terrain is such that at the peak of the rain season, certain streams cannot be crossed by small children. We wish to request through your office that you can continue helping us to reduce the distances so that we can have children starting school at the right age.
Linda Mopemo, Zanis, in Chisamba.
And that brings us to the end of Zanis News, but before we go, we take a look at the top stories once again. Zambia to benefit from $20 million soil mapping projects. Cholera prevention heightened. Plus, Lusaka PS launches cleaning exercise. That is all we had for you on Zanis News. Thank you so much for joining us. Goodbye.